On the last day of summer, 10 hours before fall, then my grandfather said, "It's high time you knew of the terribly horrible thing that the Zooks do. In every Zook house and in every Zook town, every Zook eats his bread with the butter side down. But we Ukes, as you know, when we breakfast or sup, spread our butter," Grandpa said, "with the butter side up." "That's right, honest way." Grandpa gritted his teeth. "So you can't trust a Zook who spreads his butter underneath. Every Zook must be watched. He has a kink in his soul. This is why, as a youth, I made watching my goal. Watching Zooks for the Zook Watching Border Patrol." In those days, of course, the wall wasn't so high, and I could look any Zook square in the eye. If he dared to come close, I could give him a twitch with my tough, prickle snickberry switch. For a while that worked fine. All the Zooks stayed away, and our country was safe. Then one terrible day, a very rude Zook by the name of Van Itch snuck up and slingshotted my snickberry switch. With my broken off switch, with my head hung in shame, to the chief Ukaroo in great sorrow I came. But our leader just smiled. He said, "You're not to blame, and those Zooks will be sorry they started this game. We'll dress you up right in a fancier suit. We'll give you a fancier slingshot to suit." And he ordered the boys in the back of the room to figure out how to build some sort of triple sling jigger. With my triple sling jigger, I felt much bigger. I marched to the wall with great vim and great vigor, right up to Van Itch with my hand on the trigger. "I'll have no more nonsense," I said with a frown, "from Zooks who eat bread with the butter side down." Van Itch looked quite sickly. He ran off quite quickly. I'm unhappy to say he came back the next day in a spiffy new suit with a big new machine. And he snarled as he said, looking frightfully mean, "You may fling those hard rocks with your triple sling jigger, but I also now have my hand on the trigger. My wonderful weapon, the jigger rock snatch-'em, we'll fling 'em right back just as quick as we catch 'em. We'll have no more nonsense, we'll take no more gup from you Ukes who eat your bretter with the butter side up." "I have failed, sir," I sobbed as I made my report to the chief Ukaroo in the headquarters fort. He just laughed. "You've done nothing at all of the sort. Our slingshots have failed. That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boy, are not modern enough. All we need is some new-fangled kind of gun. My boys in the back room have already begun to think up a wall-whipping whiz-zinger one. My bright boys are thinking they're one on the right track. They'll think one up quick, and we'll send you right back." They thought up a great one, they certainly did. They thought up a gun called the Kickapoo Kid, which they loaded with powerful poo-a-doo powder and ants' eggs and bees' legs and dried fried clam chowder. And they carefully trained a real smart dog named Daniel to serve as our country's first gun-toting spaniel. Then Daniel, the Kickapoo Spaniel, and I marched back to the wall with our heads held up high while everyone cheered and their cheers filled the sky. Fight, fight for the butter side up, do or die. Well, we didn't do, and we didn't quite die, but we sure did get worsted, poor Daniel and I. Van Itch was there too, and he said, the old pig, "The boys in my back room invented this rig, called the 8-nozzled elephant-tooted boom blitz. It shoots high-explosive sour cherry stone pits, and will put your dumb Kickapoo Kid on the fritz." Poor Daniel and I were scared out of our wits. Once more by Van Itch I was bested and beat. Once again I leant home from the wall in defeat. I dragged and I sagged, and my spirits were low as I thought they could ever go, when I heard a boom-bah and a diddle-dee-dill, and our butter-up band marched up over the hill. The chief Ukaroo had sent them to meet me, along with the right side up song girls to greet me. They sang, "Oh, be faithful, believe in thy butter," and they lifted my spirits right out of the gutter. "My boy," smiled the chief Ukaroo, "we've just voted and made you a general. You've been promoted, your pretty new uniform's ready, get in it. The big war is coming, you're going to begin it, and that what's more, this time you're certain to win it. My boys in the back room have finally found it. Just wait till you see what they've puttered up now. In their great new machine, you'll fly over the wall and clobber those butter-down zooks one and all." Those boys in the back room sure knew how to putter. They made me a thing called a utterly sputter, and I jumped aboard with my heart all a-flutter and steered toward the land of the upside-down butter. This machine was so modern, so frightfully new, no one knew quite exactly what it would do. But it had several faucets that sprinkled blue goo, which, somehow, would sprinkle the zooks as I flew, and gum up the upside-down butter they'd chew. I was racing pell-mell when I heard a voice yell, "If you sprinkle us zooks, you'll get sprinkled as well." Van Itch had a sputter exactly like mine, and he yelled, "My blue gooer is working just fine, and I'm here to say that if Ukes can goo Zooks, you'd better forget it, 'cause Zooks can goo Ukes." I flew right back home, and, as you may have guessed, I was downright despondented, disturbed, and depressed, and I saw just as soon as I stepped back on land, so were all the girls of the Butter-Up Band. The chief drum, Mariette, Ms. Yuki Ann Zoo, said, "That was a pretty sour flight you flew, and Chief Ukaroo has been looking for you." I raced to his office. The place was a sight. "Have no fears," said Chief. "Everything is all right. My bright backroom boys have been brighter than bright. They've thought up a gadget that's newer than new. It's filled with mysterious moon-lac-a-goo, and can blow all those zooks clear to Salamagoo. They've invented it, the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo. You just run to the wall like a nice little man, drop this bomb on the zooks just as fast as you can. I have ordered all the ukes to stay safe underground while the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo is around." As I raced for the wall with the bomb in my hand, I noticed every last uke in our land was obeying Chief Ukaroo's command. They were all bravely marching, with banners aflutter, down a hole for their country and right upside butter. That's when my grandfather found me. He grabbed me, he said, "You should be down that hole, and you're up here instead. But perhaps this is for the better, somehow. You'll see me make history right here and right now." Grandpa leapt up the wall with a uperous leap, and he cleared his hoarse throat with a boopulous beep. He screamed, "Here's the end of that terrible town full of zooks who eat their bread with the butter side down." And at that very instant we heard a clup-clup of feet on the wall, and old Vanek clumped up. The boys in his back room had made him one too. In his fist was another big boy Boomeroo. "I'll blow you," he yelled, "into pork and wee beans. I'll butter side up you into small smithereens." "Grandpa," I shouted, "be careful, oh gee, who's going to drop it? Will you, or will he?" "Be patient," said Grandpa, "we'll see. We will see."